What's happening, everybody? Tone Space here with a bit of a breaking development in the Nipsey Hussle trial or Nipsey Hussle situation or case. Quickly preface, as you may know, March 31st, 2019, Nipsey Hussle was gunned down by a gentleman believed to be known as Eric Holder, aka Shitty Cuz, a former Rolling 60s Crip, due to some, internal beef within them. That's the story on the surface, anyway. And as many of you may already know, he popped up with representation by a one Chris Darden, who was part of the O.J. Simpson trial. Not on O.J.'s side, basically. He was part of that trial. And so just recently, all right, today, Friday, May 10th, 2019, Eric Holder is to appear in court. And of course, Chris Darden was the lawyer representing him. I don't know if it was pro bono or if somehow he found funds to represent him. I'm not sure of the details and how he even got to represent this dude anyway. But long story short, apparently Chris Darden has been getting a lot of death threats to his mother, to his children, and all that. And he decided to fall back. He decided to withdraw from the case. This is his Facebook post, basically saying all that. I got it on the screen. We could read it real quick. I'll read it as it goes down. All right. It was about 1 hour ago from 1:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Chris Darden says, "You guys have been awfully good to me and my family. Thank you. I'm on my way to appear for the last time in People vs. Holder. I filed a motion to withdraw from the case. I thought I should tell you, my friends, first and before anyone else. As for reasons for withdrawing, I don't know whether I'll disclose them later or not. I only know that as a lawyer, it is my duty to protect the rights of my clients, even in the face of threats or angry mobs. This is the silent, solemn oath we took as defense counsel. This is the legacy made for me and all of us who practice as defense counsel in the criminal courts. But allow me to say this. After centuries of a history of black men hung from trees without trial, or after thousands of cases of black men tried, convicted, and executed without counsel, after Gideon versus Wainwright and Powell versus Alabama, I cannot understand why in 2019 some people would deny a black man his Sixth Amendment right to counsel of his choice, or why defending such a man should invite threats not only against me but against my children too. The right to counsel is not only a constitutional right, it is a civil right as well. Just as they were in 1995, cowards never change. These days, these cowards don't send letters. Instead, they sit anonymously behind keyboards, threatening a man's mother and children. And some folks think that's funny. It isn't, and I won't ever forget it. To those of you who issue threats to my children, please pay close attention so there is no misunderstanding later. Fuck you. As for me, I'll continue to thrive. I continue to be loved. I continue to walk with kings. And I will continue my pursuit of fairness and justice on behalf of my clients and others charged with crimes. After 25 years of some of them still haven't learned. Their lies and threats will never deter me from my mission. Thank you again, my good friends. The struggle continues. Thank you." That was, former attorney in defense of Eric Holder, Chris Darden. So, what do you guys think about that? I mean, off the break, I think being a lawyer is an ethically compromising profession, in my personal opinion, because he made a point. Everyone has a constitutional and a civil right to an attorney or whatever, right? But sometimes you get cases like this where, I don't know, it's overwhelmingly, sometimes it's obvious that the person did a crime, person killed somebody or whatever, but that person is still, has a right to counsel. You know what I'm saying? So if they get a lawyer who knows that that's a shithead, pun intended, shitty cuz, they did some old bullshit and they're going to represent them, like, how does that work ethically? You know what I'm saying? Now it's their job to do everything they can to help get this guy off. Like, I always found legal representation or having that as a profession is something that is you're gonna come across some type of ethically compromising stuff. I mean, I guess lawyers can choose which cases to take or which not to. Like, if morally they look at it and they're like, nah, this person's guilty as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Fall back. But so I always found that weird. But delving into the situations of this case, I mean, it might just be deeper than what's on the surface. As you know, it's been rumored that Eric Holder said, there was a post that Eric Holder said that cops paid him $75,000 for the hit or whatever, right? So let's say if that were true, then Chris Darden representing him and extrapolating that detail, it could delve deeper into the real hand behind the hit. You know what I'm saying? Where sure, dude will get his and get his life sentence or get in prison too for doing the bullshit or whatever. But at least then it could explore the deeper details. That's if that's true. We don't even, or at least I don't even know for sure that Eric Holder made that claim. The internet throws a lot of stuff around. There's been memes that show that. I've seen a couple actually verified, thorough sites that did also make that claim. So that's why I kind of have it in my mind as a possibility that Eric Holder did say that. So, but really, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But so yeah, so that was Chris Darden. He posted this approximately an hour ago from right now. So I don't know. I guess now as I'm doing this video, he might be in court, putting in his plea or his decision or request to withdraw from the case. I don't really know. But, it's kind of crazy. Let me know what y'all think. And yeah, that's that. Chris Darden trying to skate off this case.